Good morning, student. Today I will be teaching you the next part of the physics from the previous chapter where we have finished. I will be starting after that. But before I start with what I'll explain today, I'll just have a little bit of recall of the last class. That is matter. We have studied about matters. What is matter? We have studied about mass. We have studied about volume. We have studied about the composition of matter. And I have already told you all about the three different states of matter that you all have in your syllabus. Now today I am going to explain you all about the characteristic of solid, liquid and gases. Let us take the first characteristic, that is closely packed of all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. What do you mean by closely packed? Suppose if I take an example of a matter, a shape, suppose a matter. If you take this, if you see, a matter is made up of closely packed molecules, particles. Now suppose if these particles are attached to each other and they are very closely packed with each other because of less intermolecular force of attraction. When these molecules are closely packed, very tightly packed, they are characteristic of solid. Now suppose if these molecules are not closely packed because of less intermolecular force of attraction as compared to solid, like for example the molecules are not as closely packed as the solid because of less intermolecular force of attraction, this is a characteristic of liquid. Now if you go to gases, you will find the molecules are freely moving because they have negligible intermolecular force of attraction. Like for example this, they are freely moving. So this is closely packed. In case of solid, the molecules are very closely packed. In case of liquid, the molecules are not that closely packed as compared to solid. But in case of gases, the molecules are freely moving. Let us come to intermolecular force of attraction. The next is intermolecular force of attraction. In case of solid, the force of attraction between the molecules is the maximum. In case of liquid, the force of attraction is more, but then is not maximum as compared to the solid. In case of gases, intermolecular force of attraction is least. Coming about the properties of fixed shape and volume. Solid has a fixed shape as well as volume. In case of liquid does not have any kind of shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept, but it has a fixed or a definite volume. But in case of gases, it does not have any shape. It does not have fixed shape or volume. Now coming up to the another property of flowing. Now the molecules of solid, just because the molecules are very closely packed, they cannot flow easily. In case of liquid, the molecules are freely moving, so they can flow easily. But if you take gases, the flowness of the matter, the flowness of molecules is the maximum because the intermolecular force of attraction is the least in case of gases. Coming to compressibility. Coming to compressibility? A solid cannot be compressed easily because the molecules are very closely packed and it cannot be compressed easily. Coming to liquid, it can be compressible up to a certain extent because the molecules are freely moving. They have intermolecular space between them, so they can be freely moving. But in case of gases, the compressibility is the maximum because the molecules are freely moving. Like for example, because the molecules are freely moving, it can be compressed to the maximum. So I have already explained you all the properties of solid, liquid and gases. So by this we have come to the end of the explanation of the chapter. Dear students, you please note down that you have to complete this evaluation portion, that is tick the correct option, fill in the blanks, true, false, and the short questions and the long questions I'll be discussing in the class or maybe in my next video. Thank you so much.